Right guys, I'm just going to show you pretty much how I start a session with my clients. Basically get them to use this massage stick first. What we're going to do is just work around the calves, feeling for any tender areas or any areas of real tension, and really strip those muscles down. Anybody who's actually had any calf strains or tears or sprained ankles where these muscles have then actually stiffened up and tightened up, you can actually start to loosen some of these areas up. A little bit of attention to the muscles on the front, tibialis anterior and through the perineals. And then we're going to go up into the hamstring. Now, it's not as good as having somebody doing some hands-on work, but the benefit is that you actually can feel the areas yourself which feel really, really stiff and tight. So you can actually spend a little bit more time on those areas which you know need attention. I'm just going to come up into your right ear band. Same again. Just loosen some of that tissue up, try and feel for areas which feel tight and just soften some of that fascia up. It's really, really simple. Personally, I feel that this makes a big difference. And I feel I get more benefit from the stick than I do my foam roller, even though the foam roller's got its place as well. It just makes it so you can take control of your injuries and start to manage some of your problems. So, a couple of minutes, loosen the calves up, loosen the hamstrings up, loosen the quads up, a little bit of work on the adductors and the IT bands. And then what I'm going to do is go into some toe touches now. I'm going to try and stretch out the whole back of your body. So what you do, just push down, nice deep breath in, and breathe out and try and increase that stretch. Now, because I only worked on one side, I can feel a big difference between the right and the left already. And I'm just going to push down again and stretch right out again. And reach up again. And push down again. And drop your chin down. And reach back up again. And then push down again. And reach back up again. Now I usually tend to aim for about 10 to 12 repetitions. And then we're going to move on to this half kneeling hip flexor stretch. So legs straight again. If you've got a broom handle, you can put a broom handle across your shoulders. And basically what we're going to do, gently ease into that stretch and then just rotate round to the right. Take it round to the left. And back off again. Deep breath in, breathe out, take it round to the right again. And take it round to the left again. And back it off again. Deep breath in again. And breathe out. Really increase that stretch in the front of your hip. Take it round to the left again. And back to the centre again. We're just going to do two more on this side. Deep breath in, breathe into your tummy, breathe out, increase that stretch. Now if you notice I'm not really moving a lot through my hips because I don't really need to. Fetch it back to the centre again and take it round to the left again. And fetch it back in again. Deep breath in again, breathe out again, stretch that hip out again. Take it round to the left again and back in again. Now, what we're trying to do is create that awareness of where you've got your stiffness, tightness, and try and improve it. So if one side feels a lot tighter than the other, then we'll spend a little bit more time working on that other side. So deep breath in, breathe out, increase your stretch. Take it round to the right again, get your balance. and fetch you back in again. It is actually quite an hard exercise in terms of balancing as well, so it's also working on your core stability. So deep breath in, breathe out again, and rotate round again. Fetch you back to the centre again, and take it round to the right again. So we're basically trying to stretch that hip flexor out and unwind it, and fetch you back in again. Deep breath in again, and breathe out, and stretch round again. Fetch you back to the centre again, and take it round again. And back in again. Just going to do one more. Deep breath in, breathe out, increase that stretch. Fetch it back to the centre again, and take it round to the right again. And fetch it back in again. So that's going to start to open the front of your hips up. Now, I then like to take it into an adductor stretch. So, toes facing forward again. I like to place your hands on your hips, sit across, sit back, and really, if you can start to put a little pressure down with that left hand onto your left hip, just to increase that stretch. Then we're going to take it back across the other way. Sit back, push down, keep your chest up, keep your weight on your heels, and fetch it up again. And sit back across again. Fetch it back up again. And sit across again. Fetch it up again. And sit across again. Just going to do one more. Deep breath in, breathe out, sit across again. And fetch it back up again. Also, you start to get those hips a little bit warm as well. But any knee pain, any problems like that, you might find that just by freeing those hips up a little bit, that you actually take some of that pressure off your knee joint. Right, now we're going to go into one of my favourite exercises, basically the goblet squat. Now, I learned this from Dan John, who was the top trainer in the States. It's pretty simple, but it's one of the most effective ways I've found of teaching people to squat. So, if you take your hands into like a prayer position, we're going to squat down, take those elbows between your knees, push your elbows out into your knees, get your chest up, and then come back up again. So we're basically trying to create some space in those adductors. So squat down, push out, chest up, and push back up again. And squat down again, elbows out. Now in that position there, once you get good at this, you can actually start to play around and prise those hips apart and free those hips up and come back up again. Sit back again, push them out again. And it really, really is intense. And push back up again. Last one. Sit back again, push your backside out, push your elbows down to your knees, free those hips up. And push back up again. And like I said earlier, I like to try and go for 10 to 12 repetitions on each one. We're now going to go into an active straight leg raise. So as much as it is an hamstring stretch of sorts, it's also learning to separate the movement between the right leg and the left leg. So shoulders relaxed, foot up, fix your right foot up, try and keep your lower back flat on the floor and lower that right leg down. And then fetch your back up again. And fetch your back up again. Same again, this is a really intense exercise. And fetch your back up again. For those guys, footballers, tight hamstrings, it's going to really make a big difference. And fetch your back up again. Switch your feet round. Slowly lower that left foot. And fetch your back up again. You can really see how hard I'm having to work there because the leg is really, really shaking. And fetch your back up again. Now, some of that's possibly because I've not actually done any work with the stick on the right side, so it's actually quite a lot tighter. And slowly back down. And fetch your back up again. and down again. Right. Another exercise which I really like. I'm going to sit down onto your heels, right hand forward, left hand onto your lower back. I'm going to drop that left shoulder, and then I'm going to look over the left shoulder, lift out of the right shoulder socket, really open your chest up, and lift up again. So anybody who's sat behind a desk all day, tight across the chest, fetch your back down again, and stretch right up again, and fetch you down again. This exercise helped me immensely with my ribs, what I was having trouble with for quite a while. And fetch you back down again, and stretch right up again, and fetch you back down again. Right, I'm going to switch onto this side, right shoulder down, and look up, and fetch you back down again, and then lift up again, fetch you back down again, and lift up again, fetch it down again, and lift up again, and down again. So, simple warm up. Basically, it's going to help loosen up your calves, your hips, your thoracic spine, improve your squatting mechanics, and a lot of the times it can be that simple that may get rid of some of your lower back problems, your neck problems within a few weeks. Spend a little bit of time with the massage stick or the foam roller, the tennis balls, and run through that circuit. Cheers.